the static members. So you already know where the static keyword is used. So the static keyword, almost in every program, the static keyword is used with the main method, the public static void main method. So here we know what is the public. Public is access specifier. What is the static? Now we'll study what is the meaning of static and why we use static. Public static void main. Void is a return type, main is a main method. Okay. So now what are the static members? See here, to define a class member that will be used independently of any object of that class. So the meaning here is you are going to define a class member or a data member that data member will be used independently of any object. So you can directly access the static members. If any members declared as a static, you can directly access by using class name, and it is not like means you can access directly by the class name without using object. Means before creation of an object, you can access the static members. That is the first advantage. Now here in the second point, without reference to a specific instance. So the meaning here is without reference to a specific instance means without creating any reference variable, or these static members are not going to be these static members are not going to be affect any of the object creation. Means if you when you can access the data member only by creating a reference variable, either by creating an object. So by creating an object, you can access the data members, the normal data members of a class. But in case of a static, that is not possible. Means you can access those data members by using your class name. Okay. So now how to declare a static members. You can have a static members also, and you can have a static data the static data members and methods. Static methods, you can have static methods also. So now how to declare? Precede its declaration with the keyword static. Just before declaring any method, if you use the static keyword, that variable is called as a static data member. Okay. So now one more advantage here, or one more feature, you can say it can be accessed before any object of its class are created without reference to any object. So as I said, you can access those static members before creating any object. Okay. Without reference to any object, you can directly access. Without creating an object, you can access directly by using a class name. Okay. Now possible to declare variables and method to be static. As I said, it is possible in Java to declare a method, methods or a variables as a static members. Okay. Now here the main is declared as static because it must be called before any object exists. So here the main is static, as I said in the first at the beginning of this session. The main is always static because the main method is a starting point, or you can say the starting point or initial point where your actual program starts execution. That is why the main should be always static. Okay, that is the reason why the main method is always static. Okay, because it must be called before any object creation. Okay, so instance variable declare is the last point. Instance variables declare the static are essentially global variables. So static is indirectly, you can consider these are the global variables. As you studied, what are the global variables in C? So global variables are declared before the main, or you can say before the main method, or globally. Means the advantage of a global variable is you can access directly anywhere in your program. Okay, so that is the use of global variables. Okay. When an object of its class are declared, no copy of a static variable is made. Means what actually happens when you create an object by using a new operator, it creates a copy of that particular class. Means if you create, for example, you have a class employee, and if the class members are employee name, employee number, employee name, employee salary. For example, take an example of an employee class. If you create any object with respect to a class of employee, so that object holds the copy of all three data members, like employee number, employee name, employee designation. Or when you create with a new operator object, when you create any object with a new operator, that object holds the copy of each data members present within a class. But in case of static, that is, if in case of static variables, for example, if you have any data member as a static, you declared any data member as a static variable, so that is so that copy of that the copy means that object cannot contain that copy, that static variable copy within that particular object. If you create any object and if there is any data member declared as static, that copy is not created and that object is not pointing to that specific static data member. Okay, so now all instances of the class share the same static variable. Okay, all instance means all the reference variables can share the same static variables. Okay, next is restrictions method are declared as statics. Okay, they can only directly call other static methods. So there are some restrictions with respect to the static members. The first is they can only directly call other static methods. Only the one static method can call only other static methods. They can directly access the static data. Okay, if the method is declared as a static, means only other static methods can access that particular static method. Here the static methods can only call other static methods. Okay. Next, they can only directly access the static data members. They cannot refer to this or a super in any way. Means, you know what is this and super. This keyword is used to point the current object and super is used to call the super class constructor. Okay, some or the other way this and super are same, works as the same, but their functionality is different. Okay, this is used to point the current object, super is used to call the super class constructor. In case of inheritance, this super keyword is used. So now the general form of method declaration is the class name dot method. So general form of calling a static method is, as I said, the class name method. Consider here the method. Imagine this method is declared as a static. So then only you can directly access this method by class name. So this is all about the static method. Now here we'll see one example. Here I have a class called useStatic method. useStatic is a class. Within this I declared two static variables, int a, int b. So a is assigned, so don't get confused with this assignment operator. Here a is assigned with a value, so there is no problem. You can assign, or you may assign, you may not assign. That is not a issue. Here the static, one more, see, within this class I have two static members, a and b. I have one static method, that is math. Here I have one static method that is called as a math. Okay, next we'll discuss what is static block, okay, later. First we'll see what is here within a start method, within a main method. See here, public static void main, I'm directly calling this method. So this method is a static here. So control transport here. So what is the use of this here within, why we without any object? So since this within this class the main method is so there is no any point to like create an object and access. So you can directly this method is directly called, because this see here this is the static, and within a single class there is no problem. If you are accessing this method outside this class, outside this useStatic class, then you can directly access by using this class name useStatic.meth. If you want to create any if you want to call this method outside the outside any outside this class, so you can directly call by using a class name dot math. Okay, so now here the static blocks. What is the use of static blocks? When the program starts execution, it starts with the main method. Okay, it is we know that it starts with the main method. Now what is a static block? The static blocks are the these blocks contain a code that code is initialized before the creation of any object. Means it is the initial, when your program starts execution, first the static blocks are executed. First the static blocks, the code within a static block is executed. Okay, now here, so this is all about static. You can see within you can see your output. The first message is static block is initialized. As I said, the first, when you start the program start execution, the static block is executed. Here within a static block we have static block initialized message. We are just printing static block initialized. Okay, so now after that the x equal to 42 here. Why 42? Because once this static block executed, it starts with the main method. See here, main method, we are just calling this math. Okay, within a main method we are calling this function. Okay, the main the method here we are passing 42. Now this 42 here, now this x is equal to 42, x is 42 here, it prints 42. So a equal to 3. How we assigned a as a 3. Now b equal to, where we assigned a b? Here. So b is assigned here because this static block is executed first, so that is why b value is assigned first. Okay, now b equal to a, see here, what is the value of b is 12, because 4 into 3 12, so this prints b value. So this is the use of statics. So static, just remember the static is see, static methods are use independent, means static methods are independent. They can be accessed by using a class name or the first data members or the data members initialized within after your program execution is the static keywords. So you can declare method as a static also, or data members as a static also. Okay, so these are some points. Thank you. This